had a dream the other night. It touched me very deeply, and I'm going to tell you about it, okay? I was walking on a dirt road. It was well worn, like many people had passed that way before me. Tall, bare trees were on both sides, like it was wintertime, but it was warm. And far ahead, I saw where the trees ended and where it began. A vast field stretching endlessly in every direction, open, golden, shimmering, with something I couldn't name but could definitely feel. And as I walked closer, I began to see many people stretching off into the distance on the road, mostly older, mostly alone. A few in small groups with lots of space between them, hushed and reverent. The air was thick with quiet solemnity and longing, and the kind of regret that sighs heavily in the heart and in the bones. Some stood still with eyes fixed on the trees as if mourning something long gone and lost in the distance or in the woods. Others were kneeling as if praying, placing flowers and notes and tokens of something precious, not on a grave, but at the edge of the field. And that's when I realized it. They were grieving what they didn't do, the dreams they didn't follow, the callings they ignored, the lives that they never fully lived. This was a place where unrealized potential lingers and is recalled, and the soul mourns for what wasn't pursued. I felt it in the core of my chest, this profound and deep sorrow, and I began to sob as I continued forward. I walked along the heavily trodden grass beside the road and found a space next to a wilted red hibiscus flower placed on the ground by someone the day before. At the threshold where the grass became taller and the field began. I sat down with my legs stretched out before me. I felt kind of awkward, like not sure what was expected or what to do. So I leaned back on my hands and I gazed up at the sky. And that's when I awoke. But that image, that powerful feeling lingered. And so did the knowing. That inner tug of war, the fear of failure, the fear of visibility, self-doubt, perfectionism, all the ways we rationalize not going for it, staying small, waiting for the right time, needing more clarity, permission, or external agreement, encouragement, or validation. There is a place, a wellspring of awareness and memory in the soul between this life and the next, where all those unlived dreams go. And most of us stand just a few feet away from them every single day we are alive. We linger at the edge, ponder whether or not we can. Not because we don't want it, but because some part of us still thinks that we're not enough, or that we're too late, not capable, or we fear change or failure, or we need one more sign, some random or obscure but very important and necessary requirement, right? One more dollar, one more ounce of courage to begin. But that field, your field of dreams, it's not going anywhere. It won't disappear. It is waiting for you, and it becomes vaster and more mysterious the longer you stay on the sidelines. This video is your invitation to cross that threshold, to step into that field, and finally live the life your soul has been longing for. So why do we hesitate for sometimes lifetimes? Why do we linger at the edge? Why do we fear the life we want? Why do we freeze when it comes to taking action on our dreams? Sometimes it's fear of outgrowing people or roles. Sometimes it's grief, the grief of letting go of the old self, sadness for the time we've already lost, for the energy we poured into things that didn't blossom into anything but disappointment and failure. Resignation to the illusion of safety and sameness, shrinking our light to maintain a false sense of belonging. Sometimes it's the old voices in our head. You're not ready. It's not for you. You're too much. You're not worthy. Don't risk it. You'll look foolish. Who do you think you are? Sometimes it's loyalty to the version of you that survived by staying small. It worked. It kept me safe. I'll keep doing that. To the people who might not understand you or celebrate with you if you rise. To the comfort of the familiar, even when it's stifling and you aren't happy. And sometimes we linger at the edge of the field because we don't want to feel, process, or let go of the pain of how long we've waited. And we are afraid that we waited too long and it's too late. But the truth is, every step you didn't take before, every opportunity you missed or turned away from, every time you doubted yourself or made yourself invisible, all those moments brought you here, to this threshold, this moment, to this field, right now. And no, you don't have to be fully healed or completely clear to move forward. You just have to recognize the moments when life is asking you something, asking something more of you, and decide that you're no longer willing to live in a way that leaves your soul unmet. And the more of us who step into that field, who dare to dream, not just privately, but publicly, who choose aliveness over approval, truth over comfort, and our soul's longing over safety, the easier it becomes for the ones who come after us. Because every act of courage leaves a trail. Every time you say yes to your calling, you normalize a world where dreams are not deferred, but devoted to, where visions are not buried, but brought to life. And that world, we need to build it together. With each deep breath before taking that step, each choice you make that shows you believe that what lives in you, the visions and the dreams that arise in your mind, they are not imaginary or unreal. They are meant to be realized in the world. So how do we go about breaking this spell? Because this field is alive, it's waiting and growing. We have this idea that things dry up. No. This field is becoming more fertile every day, but it needs you in it. Your dream is not random. It is arising from your higher mind and the depths of your soul. It is seeded with purpose. It needs to be planted. The ache you feel is the evidence of your soul asking you to plant that seed in the field of dreams. The dreams that stir inside of you, they are not naive. They are not foolish. And they're not too late. They are alive, held in trust in the very fabric and source code of your being, waiting for you to stop arguing against your own desire and truth. Maybe you don't feel ready. Maybe you're still unsure. But readiness is sometimes a myth. Willingness is the real threshold. So if there is even a flicker in you, a pull, a pressure, a quiet insistence that now might be the time, trust it. Take that step, and the field will rise to meet you. So begin walking into your own field of dreams. Gently break the inertia by taking a decisive first imagined, then energetic step forward, then two, then a real one. This will stir the body and the heart and the will, allowing the momentum to build and transmuting your longing into movement forward. And maybe right now you're hearing the yeah, but, right? Yeah, but you don't know my life. And yeah, but I tried before and it didn't work. Yeah, but I don't have the time, the money, the support, the energy. Yeah, but who am I to think I can do this? I hear you. I do. I know that very, very well. Not from some pedestal of certainty, but from the very messy lived experiences of hearing those yeah buts and trying anyway. Because here's the truth. That voice, it's not trying to sabotage you. It's trying to protect you from disappointment and from exposure, from risk. And those yeah buts are not your truth, right? They are just the echo of someone else's fear that got passed down to you. The real power comes not from having all the answers, but from deciding that your longing, your visions and dreams matter more than the fears and hesitations and excuses running rampant in your head. Deciding that your vision deserves a life, even if it's slow, even if it's clumsy, even if you're scared. Because the edge of that field, it's not a punishment. It's a threshold. And you are ready to cross it. Are you still feeling hesitant? Maybe you don't know what is there for you. Maybe you can't see it clearly yet. Just close your eyes for the next few minutes. Okay, place one hand on your heart and the other on your solar plexus and take a nice deep breath. And imagine a path stretching out before you. Notice what that path beneath your feet feels like and looks like. The landscape around it, the trees giving way to the open sky. And imagine a vast golden field stretching endlessly before you. And feel the upwelling of emotion and invite your own unique and personal significance to fill that space around you. Forgive yourself for the moments you stood at the edge and turned away. Forgive yourself for the dreams you shelved. All the times you thought, maybe someday, or I can't, I just can't. Acknowledge and then put down, let go of what's been holding you back. Because right now, here you are again. And this time, you place a hand on your heart and say, I'm still here and I still want it. Feel the pull of your deeper wisdom and desire and feel your feet on the earth. Feel the fire of enthusiasm and inspiration and a renewed sense of possibility in your belly. And as you inhale again, begin to walk forward. And as you continue moving forward, notice how the field responds. As you move through this field, you begin to encounter your most closely held and most frequently visited dreams, imaginings, and highest ideals. You feel the air shift and the resonance in your body. You feel the energy in your cells beginning to vibrate with possibility. You remember what it's like to believe, not with your mind, but with your core, with your very essence. Maybe your dream is still fuzzy. Maybe you don't have a clear plan. Maybe it feels like there are 1,000 steps between here and there. But right now, none of that matters. The only thing that matters is that you are now exploring the field of dreams, opening to it, allowing it to reveal itself to you, touching it and moving with it, coming into the version of yourself who lives in alignment with what you came here to do. Take your time and watch how that is forming around you and revealing itself to you. Just allow it to come into being, noticing. Because this glimpse of what awaits when you begin walking through your field of dreams, this is the first step of the rest of your life. This is the moment you began to train yourself to listen for the clear, grounded invitation arising and seeing all the ways aligned action can be taken. This is that moment you stop mourning the unlived and the impossible and started embodying the inevitable. You didn't need to be ready. You just needed to begin. So take another nice deep breath. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. You have entered the realm of dreams and the field of inevitability. You have felt the powerful energy of inspiration. You have remembered the dream, your dream. Now, you don't have to know every step. You don't have to be fearless or flawless or ready in anyone else's eyes. You just have to decide that you are done waiting at the edge of your own life, done asking and wondering, done postponing the joy, the calling, the passion and enthusiasm that's been bubbling up in your soul for years, decades, lifetimes. There will always be a reason to delay. There will always be someone who doesn't get it. But this is your life, and no one else can walk it for you. So I invite you right now to make a vow. I will not leave this lifetime with my dreams still in me. I will not carry regret to the edge of the field. I will live, and I will leap, and I will create the life that is calling me. This is my moment to pick up the thread of the life that I came here to live, to honor the version of you who knows there's more, not just out there, but in here. And you don't have to do it alone, but you do have to say yes to it. So take one more nice deep breath. Feel your feet in the soil of that very real, very important field, and ask yourself, what am I willing to say yes to today? Maybe it's a phone call. Maybe it's a chapter of that book. Maybe it's investing in support. Maybe it's finally telling the truth to someone else or just to yourself. Whatever it is, say yes and take the step. The field isn't just a dream. It's a vibrant and true and real memory of who you came here to be. And now that you have remembered it, you are no longer waiting, no longer pausing and mourning from the sidelines. The vast expanse is here and you are walking toward it, alive and open and fully lit from within. The path is open. Your path is calling you. And the life that's been longing for you is smiling back at you. This is your time. Now take that step forward. Thank you for joining me today. Until next time.